Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the PVM focused Ultimate Ironman account. In this episode, we're going to just be continuing on with Slayer. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy. And our next task is 238 blood bells. This is an amazing task. We did hit 91 hit points, and it must have happened before this task, but nonetheless, 91 hit points, and I did look, and we're actually at 108 combat now. Okay, that is a pretty crazy drop. Wow. Finish the Slayer task. 50k Slayer experience again. Pretty crazy. Love this Slayer task. And just like that, we are 83 Slayer. This is one of the biggest milestones, I think. Well, not one of the biggest, but one of the big milestones in Slayer. One of the first ones you can get. I don't really know what else is really before 83 Slayer, honestly. But yeah, we're actually just going to go straight and camp the Spiritual Mages for the boots in just a moment. Because honestly, I just want to take a break from having to do Slayer, and it'll be perfectly fine. Plus, I'm thinking I'm going to need a little bit of experience in strength outside of Slayer to get 99 at the same time as I get 85 Slayer, so. Okay, we made a bit of a mistake. We completed our 300th task, but we actually did it at Duradel. It's not the end of the world, but I mean, we did miss out on 750 points, which, I mean, not 750 points, 75 points, sorry, from doing it at Konar. But, I mean, the odds of me having to skip a task at Konar are pretty high, so not a big deal, I guess. I didn't have to skip any tasks to get this one. Alright, we just gained a magic level, so now we are at 77, which is actually a relatively significant level because that means we can cast the Super Glass Make, I believe it's called, on the Lunar Spellbook. So that's going to be very important at some point in the future after 87 Slayers complete, because we are going to likely grind to 85 crafting. Alright, 18 experience away and 98 strength. One level to go for 99. This is it. This is the first time we have had a green cash stack. Alrighty, 65 prayer. That's pretty good. We're getting closer and closer to our goal of 70 for Piety. Alright, 200. We're going to get 99 strength with this next hit. 99 strength. That is pretty crazy. Actually gained us to combat level at the same time. But yeah, we're going to go immediately get the skill cape. Because, I mean, honestly, I've just been waiting for this moment for such a long time. And such a milestone on the account. And because it's actually right on time with we're about to be able to get the whip, which is perfect because we no longer need to be training strength, so we'll be able to use the whip for everything going forward, and it'll be perfect. Alright, we're about to gain a Slayer level. We're so close after we kill these last few. 390, that is 85 Slayer. We can officially be assigned Abyssal Demons as well as camp them for the Abyssal Whip. And this is super significant for the account. Okay, we're doing our first Abyssal Demons kill on the account. Are we going to get a whip on the first kill? No, unfortunately not. And that is 82 attack. So, again, we're climbing levels pretty quickly here. It's just kind of wild compared to the previous strength grind, but yeah, we're already 82. We'll be 85 before I know it, and hopefully we'll have the whip by then, and then we will switch to defense. Alright, I figured I'd give another status update. We are currently at 259, so we're just under halfway to the drop rate. Still no whip, that's totally fine. we're going to continue on with the grind. I just figured I'd give a quick update on where we're at in the KC. Okay, before I begin this Slayer task, I have to show that we got the Abyssal Whip. I was unfortunately playing on mobile this morning, so I couldn't record the drop, but I actually haven't looked at the KC that I got it on yet, so it looks like it was at 642. Yeah. I'm gonna have to take a guess and say that this is a lure. Okay, so we got an Abyssal Head from a Abyssal Demon on our new task. I believe this is, and I'm actually going to wiki it real quick while we're recording, this is actually a 1 in 6,000 drop rate from Abyssal Demons. Who would have thought? Okay, so, yeah, we did make the Abyssal helmet, the red helmet. I actually don't really know what it's called. I mean, it's called the Red Slayer helmet, but unlocking it is called the Unholy helmet, something like that. But yeah, we did end up doing this, and currently we have, it hasn't updated our points because this is the first time I've logged into RuneLite. I actually did this earlier on mobile in the morning, so it doesn't update our points. But basically, as you can see, subtract 1,000, we have 112 points currently, which means we only have a couple of skips, which is kind of scary. But I did think it'd be pretty cool to have the red helmet. I mean, all things considered, with this like gear setup, it looks pretty cool. So I was like, you know what? I think it's worth it. All right, we are already at 5%. That was really fast. It actually took like probably a total of 2 minutes. So we are going to go kill the Lizardman Shaman. So I'm actually going to go get food real quick because I'm not sure if you really get hit or not from this. Well, we just got a Xerx Talisman. That's nice. I don't think there's any use for this. Okay, no way. I actually just got another shield left half. That is pretty wild. I don't know how rare they are, but I mean, I held on to my other one for so long because I really thought I wasn't going to get a second one. It's pretty funny that I got it. I'm just going to be able to alch this one, fortunately, because I already have one in my looting bag. I just got a giant champion scroll. That is pretty interesting. I think that's one of the first champion scrolls I've ever gotten in general that I can remember. I think on all my Ironman, which is my other 2 regular Ironmans, I don't think I've ever gotten a champion scroll, at least not from what I can remember. Alright, we completed the giant champion scroll. So we got 280 Slayer experience and 280 hit points experience, and I believe it gets put on the wall over there. So we'll take a look real quick. Yep, so we got the first scroll completed, the giant champion. There are plenty of others that we may get over time, but I highly doubt it. And that is 86 Slayer. We are 370. Wow, I actually thought it was like 3.7 mil total experience, but almost 4 million Slayer experience. We are 1 level away from 87 Slayer, which is going to unlock us the Trident of the Seas. So I missed it by accident, kind of typical, but I got 350 tasks, so we got 225 points, putting us at 502 now, which is actually pretty good. I am not really worried about points at all anymore. We're kind of back to a safe spot, I think. We're not really having to skip that many tasks anyways, so yeah, we're in a good spot. We're still doing Slayer. We're 297k experience away from 87 Slayer. 84 defense. We are currently finishing up a Gargoyles task, but we're already at 84 defense and 85 attack. It's just crazy how fast the levels go when you were all grinding in the high 90s of a skill. Alright, well, we just got another Abyssal Whip, so that's kind of cool. So I've actually been thinking about what I'm going to do with these, and you know, the first thing that comes to mind is obviously to drop it over because I don't really have a need for it. But I was thinking, and I'm not sure, I'm going to think about this a little bit more for the rest of this task, but I do kind of want to hold on to a whip, because I do want to make a tentacle whip for when I am doing God Wars. While it would be really nice to drop this over, and the tentacle whip is not necessarily going to be such a huge impact that it's like necessary at all, I will be camping for the trident, and hopefully I'll get a Kraken tentacle, and then I can just hold on to those for a little while I maybe start to do Bandos or other things, because like I said, I want to rush PVM, and I know Bandos won't be efficient, but it won't be impossible, and so I want to give it a try. So I was thinking of at least making one tentacle whip so I could just see kind of the effects of it and how much it helps, because I'll be doing melee Bandos most likely. Alright, so we've got the tier 4 and tier 5 armor sets, so I believe we can just place these in here. And I don't know where these sit at. Okay, yeah, so I don't know if you need to have the tier 4 set on you when you want to get tier 5. I think you do though, so yeah, we're going to be doing that. But yeah, this is pretty much going to be our setup. And I'm going to go change my amulet to be the symbol, and then from there we should be good to go, and I'll just need the suicide to get my Carol's crossbow out of my bag. Okay, well, so we're actually going to go do the task now, or attempt to do it. But as you can see, this is kind of what our setup is going to look like. So we're going to be rolling with this to test it out. And as you can see, our inventory is not looking good. Now, I could free up one more space. I could store the fire cape and wear the strength cape, and in fact, that might be a good idea. I could put a lot of this stuff in the bag. I think I have 3 or 4 spaces. The reason I don't want to do that is I don't want to have to rebag after this task, but we're going to see how this goes. I know you can essentially do this method without taking any damage, so we don't really need a lot of inventory spaces. We'll just be dropping things and alching items as we get them, and probably not holding collections at this point. We're really just doing this for the chance at a Dragon Warhammer early. First Lizardman Shaman kill was actually completion of a hard task. Not bad at all. 49 Chaos Runes. Never lucky on the 1 KC Dragon Warhammer, but that's okay. Ooh, this task is not really looking that good, honestly. I'm hitting a lot of zeros with this gear setup and no Slayer helmet. If I had a Slayer helmet, my guess is that this would be a decent way of doing the task. However, you know, I'm likely gonna maybe use up these bolt racks, and then that will be it for this, because it's not looking good. Yeah, so I'm gonna give up on this task. I think, honestly, it just with the current setup and all, it's just really rough to do without a Slayer helm, because I think my accuracy just makes killing them a bit, you know, bit tough. So we're gonna skip the task. It's no big deal though. I've set myself up for the future of doing these, which I will be doing off task most likely, which is essentially what I'm doing right now. Even though I'm getting Slayer experience, I'm doing it without a Slayer helm boost. So, you know, we'll be doing that in the future, but with way more inventory spaces and whatnot. So yeah, we're going to skip the task for now, and then from there we will be setting ourselves back up for regular Slayer. And 79 magic. Alright, that's 86 attack, already to the next level. And we're closing in on 87 Slayer. We're less than 100k away now, currently 76% of the way to 87 Slayer. So this task is not gonna get us to the next level. We're actually gonna be about 1,000 experience short, but if we get a superior, just one superior in this task, we will get the level, and that will be perfect. And if that's the case, I'll likely just finish the task, because it would be so close anyways. But yeah, that's actually a great task. I haven't had Necrils in quite some time. Ever since I unlocked Abyssal Demons, for whatever reason, which I know they have a very high weighting, it feels like I haven't gotten any Necril tasks. This is one of the first ones I've had in quite some time. But I do really like Necril tasks, so we're going to go get ready for that. So we actually got a superior. This is perfect, because this will actually allow us to get the Slayer level in this task, which is awesome. Hopefully we can actually kill this superior, because this is not looking good. Wow. I can't believe I missed this level also. I told myself I'm gonna start recording early so I can get the level on the kill, but of course that didn't happen. But 87 Slayer has finally been achieved. This is one of the longest goals I've had on the account so far. It's taken quite some time. Honestly, it's been very enjoyable though, even on an Ultimate Ironman. You know, Slayer's one of those skills where it's awesome because you can kind of tailor it to your preferences. You can adjust your block list, you can adjust your extend list. You know, you can really handle tasks however you want. You can decide to burst tasks as well, or AFK range them for slower experience, but like a more relaxing time. And I've done 87 Slayer now on 3 different Ironmans, including this Ultimate Ironman, and really this one actually has been the most fun. I think it's been super relaxing. It's exciting to always see your cash stack building up and kind of managing the inventory a little bit. It can of course get very tedious, but for anyone out there who's looking to do it, I mean, as long as you have kind of a generic setup like this, just a torso and like a tank legs, you can really get far without having to bank very often. And I mean, I did most of my Slayer with 80 defense and food. I didn't have to use prayer on a lot of tasks, and it wasn't that bad. I didn't have to bank as often as I kind of thought I would initially. So our Slayer task has been completed. I'm going to kind of just talk real quick about some of the things we accomplished on our way to 87 Slayer. So we'll just take a quick look at the log. I'm just going to scroll through. Nothing super notable from this. About 3,000 gargoyle KC on the dot. That's pretty cool. But 59 superior creatures. I believe I unlocked superiors around 65 Slayer or so. Honestly, I'm not quite sure, but somewhere around there. So we got about 60 of them between that level and 87 Slayer. I'm not sure if that means we're on the drop rate for getting those. It's a 1 in 200 rate for a superior creature on task, so I'm not entirely sure, but overall I think that's okay. And then yeah, here's just some of the logs. Nothing really notable in this, and that's about it. And then in terms of items, mostly we were keeping track of the seeds, so this is what our seed count's looking like. I did do a little bit of farming in between the Slayer grind, but not too much, and so this is kind of where we're at. The reason the Renars are low is because that is one of the seeds I farmed all the way up, which I'll explain in a second, but this is kind of where we're at the end of 87 Slayer. I did pick up pretty much every seed from these 6 that you can see, and this is kind of where we ended up at. So now begins the grind for getting a Kraken task, and this can be pretty rough. In the past, it's taken me quite some time just to get the task. Getting the drop is not hopefully going to be that bad because I believe it's a 1 in 200 drop from the cave Krakens themselves, which is pretty good, and you know, there's a decent chance we could get it on the first task. Nice, we got our first cave Kraken task, 182. So this is just kind of the quick setup we're going with. We've got 28 prayer bonus. I don't really know if we need a lot of magic bonus. I mean, we do have the imbued Slayer helmet, so we are going to get that bonus while killing the Krakens. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure if we might need to switch this up to be a bit more magic oriented. If so, I can always suicide and get out my Arams. But yeah, we're going to try and do our first kill and see how it goes. Alright, we're going to get our first KC. Is it going to be on 1 KC we get the drop? It's not, unfortunately. Well, we did it. We got the uncharged trident, and that's pretty crazy, honestly. It feels weird, like, getting it so quickly. I mean, I think I just did a kill right there, an extra one, but let's see. We actually got that on 5 KC. That's pretty wild. This is such a big item for the account, and really this is going to set us up for a lot of PVM based goals. And I don't know, I just never really thought I'd get to this point, and I did rush it, as you can see from the rest of my stats. We haven't done a lot of skilling, we just kind of went straight into PVM, but it is awesome to have this. It's such a great item, and we got it so early. We don't need to finish this task. I'm going to leave it because I think eventually I want to do some of the boss, but right now I just need to take a break. I need to kind of figure out my inventory. It's a complete mess. We've got a full inventory right now and a full looting bag. It's getting really messy. So we're gonna figure things out. We're gonna kind of get everything organized. But I am so stoked that we got the uncharged trident. It's added to our collection log. We'll leave it uncharged for now. I'm not gonna worry about charging it. I'm just so stoked that I got that in the first 5 kills. You know, it's a 1 in 200 drop, so it's not like it's crazy lucky, but it is awesome just to have this out of the way, not have to worry about getting another Cave Kraken task, and we can just move on to some of our goals that we talked about earlier.